Abusia, bo sorry amose, mukrom Ghana fo nko a na ya akromfo. Ene de bi ompese omubu omu yonko Ghana fo. Video bi amako hunya asem kitu. We di American ni bi ono abetra Ghana. Wo sisi dan wo Ghana honom. Ene wo de rent America fo na epese wo betra Ghana no. Wo de dan na rent wo mu. No na wa betra Ghana no wo sisi dan na wo de rent no yonko America fo no. Ono a na ese bu wo mu kwase o. Eya asemu chese baabi anyo ye. We de mo be se enya mudie ni bi o. We de enya mudie ni bia. Obi die we de obi die o enu obu ono anu yonko. Wati ase enyi ekrom Ghana fo die ni bi o bubu ni yonko Ghana ni no. We de American ni nu obu ni yonko American ni. Wa be si dan enu obu no. Anadofo asa na be ko videos no so no. On subscribe ya, yes subscribe. Na fe like video no, na share video no. Na nya ho so a che wadwen e wo comment section ho. Na fe so ma refi so be mi adoma no so. Say the video bi aba na on sa aka no ahwe bi. Adofo yen ko hwe video enimra.
Update on the rent swindle. So I'm just leaving the rent control office here in Ghana. I went to the rent control office and talked to the minister of rent control, and he has set a meeting for me and the American who has cheated me for next week at 9 a.m. And so I'll report back, and we will have in his office, which is set up like a courtroom, he will listen to both of our sides and determine what should happen. Thankfully, I have all the documentation of the bill, of the payment, and of the change in the CDs. And also that at no point has the rate been the rate she's requesting, so that she can get my money back. Adventures in Ghana. You guys, I'm gonna be your Ghanaian expert once I finish this. Like, I'm exploring, I'm traveling, I'm eating, I'm doing it all. And I'm also going to court. Okay, so make sure y'all check in.
So, ochemu ache say nyoko American ni. Wa betra Ghana wo si dan e wo Ghana e no de rent omo mu free abrochiri e betra Ghana no. Na obetra honom no. Rent na woje no sika na woje no watua ka wie no. Because of say cedis no ekosoro na ama dollar no aba from ninti no. Wose sa ade a wontua sika ni bi nka ho. Ade asisisem no ade watua ka wie. Enti se wo sika wunya no ukonnane na wunya te se before no na wunya na sa 17 na na se 16 cedis no wunya biem na se abeduru be se 12 cedis a chese obu afu wo yede na jiska ni bi aka ho e de ho mra ni asem nyina aba eno nso tro no wo se daabi we de menti ase ye fra bibi red control eno akọ no ne red control fo akọ kasa na say ya schedule a meeting ama omumi enu a chese next week omko akọ transit aka asem we no we de chese interesting. Hey, I don't know what you say. Just say, well, fuck when be so bunu yonko American visa say dollar no kofom. Just America for no dollar no was na your mode. Na ko no de $1 no nya be 16 cedis. Na session no atasu kufu no enjoy. Say na ade no akofom ni genius won ti ase it will find ways and means ajefri no yonko American ni ho. Na nso no so won twema obi onum sade ani esi ametu aka awie dollar na kofma ase ene menti ase fasika ni bi beka ho ne ha sa na eye no adovre wagimi ana ne sa eye password ni ko red control omdo omtwema wo onye ne yoko Ghana ni obeka sa ode enye hwe ma me fa nso so no da bi enye wo ma ye to aso sa America fo ya na enra mi hu video bi abaya bi a wo se Ghana police fo aba kidnap no agini semska ye $400 edeko na police fo ebeche no o ma hwehwe o mani mask o mo car no kro o ma kata so na fe nso no o mu din ni kra nso ya kata so it went me ehu o mu din ehu car na e fa no plate no eni ade.
Last night, I was kidnapped and robbed by the police in Ghana. I was kidnapped by 3 masked police officers. They covered their license plate. They didn't have name badges on. They completely covered their face. And as soon as they decided they wanted to take us, they took our phones and my camera. So I couldn't record. I couldn't contact anyone. I couldn't even look up, what was legal for the police to do. And obviously, not sure the law would have helped. They are the law, like that. So the Uber driver that picked us up at the end of the night told me that this is something that happens frequently. The police set up these checkpoints all over the city and they'll stop you for anything. Like you could not come to a complete stop. You could have something on you. You could you could do nothing and they will stop you. And if they find out that you're American or they suspect you might have money, then they will take you. They decided they wanted to take us. They heard my accent because they asked me a question and I had to answer. And they checked our bags, they checked our whole body. And when they looked inside my bag and they saw that I had cash, they decided I needed to get in the car. So they told me to get in the car. I tried to ask why. I tried to say, like, is there anything else we can do to handle this? No. So they told me to get in the car. And they got mad anytime I tried to ask a question. So I realized, like, I cannot fight back right now. I have to simply, like, do what they say. So there was a friend of a friend that I knew in Ghana, and we had just went out to eat. So we're in the car together. They actually cuffed him because he's from Ghana, but they didn't cuff me. They just sat me in the car and they drove us around. Little did I know we were driving in Accra the whole time, but I don't know where I am. I don't have my phone. It feels like we're getting further and further from where I'm staying. Like I'm feeling, I'm feeling terrible. One of the cops is in the back seat and he has his arm around me the entire time. They were screaming at us most of the time, and then sometimes they would decide to be nice. Like it was definitely like a good cop, bad cop type of situation. They told me I would not go back home to America. They would arrest me and those charges would not let me board my flight. They told my friend he was gonna go to jail. And the threats kept escalating. At one point, they even made me read a Bible verse and explain to them why that meant we should pay them before they take us to the station. This was the most nonsense I'd ever heard in my life. But again, they're all armed. There are big ass guns in the trunk. At one point, there were 5 officers with us, and then at other points, there were 3. Like there was no leaving. There was no nothing. So at one point they pulled up at an ATM and they told me, take out as much as you can. Are you dumb? Do I look like I'm fucking dumb? And I know y'all are probably like, why'd you get in the car? Why did I get in the car? I didn't have a choice. You try resisting 5 fat ass, armed, stinky ass, and let's get into the smell because the car stank. So at the ATM, I told them like that. Obviously they couldn't go with me into the ATM. I went to tell the bank people that I was not good, but they still had my phone and my camera and the person that I was with. So I took some money out. I took out like $150 US dollars, and I went back to the car. I gave it to them. I'm thinking it's over then. No, of course it's not over. They're still trying to extort more money out of the other guy. So eventually they get about $400, and I'm tweaking because I'm like, I need to be up in the morning. Like, where am I? Who am I? Like, I just felt, I've never felt powerless like that in my life. So I say all that to say, if you're going to Accra for Dirty December or going at all, make sure you don't, look rich. I didn't even have on any designer. I had on a cheap outfit. It doesn't matter. Don't talk back to the police because they will straight up take you. Thankfully, I'm not physically harmed. $150 is nothing. They don't know that, but I'm gonna be okay, and I thank God for that. I thank God for his covering. And yeah, just wanted to tell my story.
Nene, enchiremu aba say, what this video ni beto ho na video ni nam abefo ntentan no so no. Akoba bia nti was amanfo so fa e ka ho asem. Mimi hu nka be ka ho asem nam se da bi ma mentwen. Na bia na bibi foforo ba. Adofo was say dia ba ne say, what this ade ni beto udwa no. E na CID, Ghana CID fo eyo ma say, e ne be hwehwa ba ye ni aye investigation. Ya hwehwehwehwem, ahwe so de okay e yampa. No omukọ hotel na abaya ne da. Omukọ honom no, omso abaya no ofri hotel honom eda say which is na ye December 5th no. E na abaya ne free honom. Na mamen ka bibi so cho abaya ne video no de beto abonten no, de beto ho December 7th. Ghana police ni CID hu say video no. Omukọ ho say omukọ hotel so omukọ check no. Omukọ na say abaya no ofri hotel honom December 5th. Omusa akọ check wo Kotoka International Airport. Na say abaya no kwa wa free o manim. Ekọ sa ye December 5th na baya no koye a ko US enti okoduru US no e so de sa video no beto ho December 7th CID fo aye bia enya baya yi ene na twetwe nkomo abaya no se wa hu plate number no wa hu omudi no wa hu omunsu anim e na fe so omo se okay ene wadamfo na wa ha se no cause ni video no o so hwe video no wo se wo de ne call bank bi omukọje ni nsem sika e na fe nso na danfo na ye de abanka ba gu ni sa na ye handcuff no egu ni sa no almost say any fanidi any information my any amfre wadamfo ni anya investigation e wo se da bi da na damfo no pese wo de no ho be hye saa ensem we mu na say abaya wa amfa information ya ama wo ma won be da investigation no o ma find ways and means bi a chesese no ama number call mo friend no WhatsApp no kwa WhatsApp block CID fo it won pese wo no be investigation no na do fo ye hwe bibi wa ha so wo hwe de CID fo kan yi ni Ghana police e kan ya that means abaya na ebu apayo fisa ukokra na wasaya no da video anu wo kire se oba Ghana brand bi na de ne ba Ghana e ma no be shoot content it that means me kire se any brand corner de ne ba no o de ne ba se o may shoot content make say Ghana e yo unsafe what I say Ghana e yo unsafe because someone said 30 December na o me Ghana da bi amanfo bebre ba e may very successful it wo mo pe kwan bi so agisa 30 December na free Ghana for nsem eti no mo yesa abu apayo sem no free said tie niema we obi a wo say police for chill no Ghana police o acho na o makata o manim o akata o mudi so e no ka no plate nyina o makata so fine e no do call bank no na baya ne say anko pa ka kire Ghana bank for no enso na o show say ebia na ma the situation no I worse into anka na mpese mu say time be no de call bank no na say obi do call bank no makata kata o manim a anka bank for no to o mu hu say we am robbers anka o mu ntwa police we no ho say it that means that the bank no ATM machine omko no omko anadwo it na bank bi anu odi aba no oboa o twa ntro number 2 no number 3 obi a wo no wadamfo a wote Ghana ho a wo se ye de abanka bagu ni nsa fan information ma ni enfra no ni enya hwehwemu so a wo se da bi free so person oda no behim o be da hwehwem ehu se sa nkrofo no mu di nsamone no so omye police for ye be da hu omo ache omo e na fe so ukọ video na wo de beto ho no page wo de to na video kra wasa ye free onom wa pepa video no wa block CID for e na fe so no page no kra se ya no obekọ no kra no wasa ye no private enti wuntimi ko na account no kra ko hwe ni videos na chese utimu se enipakuo bi na hye akire ene omo yesa anema no nipakuo bi ena atua ne kase om na Ghana emedi sansem hunu ne se Ghana nye place a eye safe esa manfo ko muka se US mire bi on de beto wo se Ghana nye place esa travel ko na ye deem as on safe zone mukai sa propaganda ne sa agenda na om seti ebia ni ena ba ya yi etu emi ye sure se nipakuo bi na hye kire a omo yesa anema no se no omo said the image of Ghana say no mpese Ghana be koso anya ne ntoma pa bi afra na it is 30 December na omo na every year Ghana na e man de nipa bebre free abrochire be e ba Ghana ha sei no e beju o mani no mpese omo say no free say video we nya baako say na obi nso na mo de beto wo say an e na police for agent 50 cedis e na say be ma bi nso de beto abonte kika sanse munu sa say police for agent 50 cedis na 50 cedis na e be say $10 and 10 pounds masa say 50 cedis na nduru sa wono so de beto obeki kansem etuwe ya nkrofukuo bi a obi hwe omachi a wo pia wo mo se monko se Ghana na sa 30 December na omo ya amanfo ba Ghana bebre ni ma Ghana nya sika bebre no amanfo ja akro we sa de we eboa Ghana pa amanfo ba onim sika Ghana nya ni nyina aboa me ye GDP ni kosoro entisenye kuo bi anase krofufuro bi na hye akire yes ania ma we diti Ghana na ho na hye akire adofo ubetimi akere wadwen e comment section no wo free say da ba ya yi ken wo boa anaso wo moa ene Americani o person osisi no yonko Americani eji ni nsem sika no mesire o kere wadwen o comment section na face so ma refi so be subscribe to Pramso de share media ne na edu twam